Stagnation breeds depression. Now, what do I mean by that? In life, things that tend to stay in motion tend to stay alive. Okay? I could think of a lot of examples for this specific topic. The best example I could think about is this. Think about still water, okay? Think about a river and think about still water in a warehouse that's been sitting there for 10 years. It's a big old pond of murky water, okay? Running water has a tendency to stay a lot cleaner. A river has water flowing, and there's a lot of like little rocks and sediment and stuff in there, and it almost acts as a filter. And as it goes through the river, it filters out the water to where river and running water tends to be a lot cleaner. Will you catch something from it if you drank it? I don't know. I can't speak for that. I'm not trying to get too scientific with it. But what I will say is it tends to be a lot cleaner. Stagnant water, a body of still water, has all kinds of things lurking in that water, okay? You could jump into a body of water that's connected to a river that has some type of motion to it. Motion, keyword motion. You could jump into that water and you have a great time. Jumping off cliffs, jump into that water. It's a great day. You got some freaking brewskis on the water. You're sitting in these donuts. You're vibing out at the lake that's connected to water, that's running, and it's in motion. Okay? What happens if you jump into a pool of water that's been sitting there for 10 years? And it's got gunk this thick on the top, hasn't moved in nothing. It's just gross water. Diving head first, having a good time. Tomorrow you have a brain-eating bacteria that paralyzes you. Life has a tendency to favor things that are in motion. Because if you're in motion, you're evolving. You're moving, you're growing, you're changing. It's cleaner. It's a lot cleaner, okay? But in life, sometimes we feel stuck. We feel trapped in our environment, in our surroundings, in our friend groups, in our relationships, in our friendships, in our jobs. We can feel stuck in so many different ways, okay? But the goal is to stay in motion. Because if you stop for too long, this stagnance will breed depression the same way that a body of still water breeds bacteria. Depression and bacteria they have similarities in the sense that they grow in stagnation. When you stop, when you're still, when you stop trying to improve, when you stop trying to grow, something else grows. It's depression. Okay? There's a word for this. It's called entropy. Now, what does entropy mean? Okay? Entropy ties into a lot of things, but essentially what it means is like in the world and in science and in everything, when things lose the loss of momentum and evolving and all this different stuff, life begins to decompose almost. Okay? The most simple way to explain entropy would be the analogy with your bedroom, okay? If you're not constantly aware that things have a tendency of decaying, you're not upkeeping with your life and all these different things. Your life will slowly unravel. Slowly unravel, like your bedroom. You have your room and you might just clean it. You clean it one day, you clean it really good. And say as the month goes on, you just decide, you don't decide, but you just stop cleaning it. It might not happen all in one day that your room will get messy. But as the month goes on, you might just come home from work or something, empty your pockets out, might have a receipt, might have a couple quarters, might have, you name it, might have some lint in your pocket. Put it on your dresser, fine, whatever, that's just one thing. Then the next day you come and maybe you have your food that you're trying to eat that night. You eat that food and then you leave the bag in your room, okay, whatever. Then the next day happens and maybe you have some energy drinks or something and you drink those and you put them on your counter and, okay, whatever. And then as the month goes on, your room slowly goes to shit. It slowly gets very messy, okay? Because entropy is one of those things, and your life is one of those things that you have to constantly upkeep. You have to constantly keep things moving. Keep it moving. Because if you're not on top of it, your life will begin to decay. Life is a constant battle with entropy. And if you're aware of it, you can be proactive enough to not let your life be stagnant. Okay? You need to stay in motion. You got to keep it rolling, keep it going. Because the moment you stop upkeeping with your life, it will slowly unravel. And what happens when it unravels and your life starts to become still? It breeds depression. Stagnance breeds depression. This is something that I've learned in life. If you want to sleep all day, just all day you're just sleeping in your room, and you do that for 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 6 days, a whole week, I promise you're going to feel like shit after that week. 1 week of not doing anything and sleeping in your room only and just rotting in your bed, not showering, not doing nothing, you're just like, you're going to feel depressed. You will. Okay? Stagnance, still water, no motion, will make you depressed. So, in life, you have to constantly combat stagnance. You have to give your life motion. You have to shake things up. You have to open the windows, let some new air in the room. Because all this funk that you got from just laying there all day, it's going to make you depressed. It's going to make you feel like shit. So you got to move. Set some goals. Chase something. It might not feel good in the short term, waking up every day, putting your boots on, going out into the world and trying to conquer this shit. But the motion that this will bring will help you combat entropy. It's the decay. It's natural. If you're not on top of it, your life will go to shit. So in life, you have to be proactive and be aware that you're combating entropy. This is a guarantee. I'm telling you, I want to get this word tatted on my freaking ribs, bro. I want to run this shit all the way down. That's how much I believe in this whole concept. Stagnance breeds depression. Stay in motion. Set some goals and work at these goals every single day. Take some time off, do your thing, whatever, but don't get stuck in it. Because the moment you stop moving, your good is dead. Stay in motion. Stagnance breeds depression, and depression's good for nobody. Stay in motion, chase your dreams, and turn this life into everything you have ever dreamed of. Live a life beyond your comprehension. And the only way to get there is to be on top of it. Keep it moving. Keep it clean. Chase your goals. And make something happen in this life because it's so short. So the moral of the story is stagnance breeds depression.